Hey everyone, I'm glad you made it here. My name is Sky Denton, and if you've made it to this page, then I imagine that either you or someone that you know and care about is living in chronic pain. Maybe it's from ankylosing spondylitis, maybe it's from psoriatic arthritis. That's what I had, that's kind of my specialty, but maybe it's something else as well. I also had irritable bowel syndrome for years. And so, if that is you, or if you know someone in that situation, then I have one very, 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 very important message for you. And the message is this: I'm here to tell you that it's possible to feel good again. That we all don't have to live this life of crushing pain forever. And I have a fantastic story of health. My story is going from one of being a high level athlete down to literally not being able to get out of bed on my own, back to being an athlete again. And if you look at me now, I don't look sick. I'm not. I'm healthy. I can eat what I want to eat. I don't have a dietary restriction. Yes. I did the low starch diet, the no starch diet. I did gut healing protocols. I did so many different things to help deal with pain. And today I'm off medications and I feel good. And I get to live in a state that I call AS freedom. AS freedom is both a physical state in the body and a mental state in the head of being free from the limitations and the pain of AS, that crippling, nonstop pain that haunted me for years. I don't have to live in that anymore. So AS freedom is a state of mind and a state of body where I get to be in control of my life again. And that's what I want for you. There are 2.7 million people in the United States alone with an ankylosing spondylitis diagnosis, a lot more that have not been diagnosed yet, and the numbers with psoriatic arthritis are huge as well. So I'm here to tell you that there are people that care, there are people that know how to reclaim a life from disease and reduce pain, and there are answers. I know that with ankylosing spondylitis, a lot of people are in pain, looking for answers, and they're not finding a lot of hope. So I'm here to tell you that it's possible to feel good again. Science, the most cutting edge modern day science, is overturning old beliefs, old scientific beliefs about what our bodies can do and how they function. And what I teach and what I learned is all backed by science. That's one thing that is so cool about today's scientific age, is that there are more and more and more studies and breakthroughs coming out. They're talking about how much we can influence the health of our body, how much inflammation and pain can go away, and how we can really move on with life and not be dragging this anchor that is chronic pain with us forever. Now, it's important to understand too that I didn't learn all this and I didn't accomplish an amazing success in my life by myself. I stood on the shoulders of people that have gone before me, just like I encourage you to do as well. Why not learn from the people that are knowledgeable and embody the results that you want? When I was really, really sick, I found one guy. His name was Peter Winslow, and he had the answers I wanted to hear. I'd been doing diets. I had amazing doctors, and he was the guy that really said, hey, there's something that you can do to take care of this. You're not going to have to live a life in pain. And that is, he became my coach. He became my resource. And that is why I am here, to be that resource of positivity and education and empowerment, and most importantly, of pain reduction for you. Really, really important. So we have amazing doctors in the world, and we have amazing science. The doctors are smart, and they understand the mechanical components of our body and how our bodies work mechanically. We have medications that can help reduce pain so much. And I will tell you that when I was in a lot of pain, there was nothing like some medications or some steroids to help lower the inflammation in my body so that I could finally relax, so that I could finally sleep, so that I could feel like myself, even if it was only for a couple hours. So we have those as a foundation. And now there's another understanding that is bubbling up to the surface, and it's so important. And it's this: it's the fact that there are a lot of psychological changes that happen when someone starts living in chronic pain. So for a fact, if I have a brain in this hand and a brain in this hand, this person lived a life of chronic pain, say from ankylosing spondylitis or psoriatic arthritis. Okay, right? This could be my brain a couple years ago versus the healthy person's brain. This could also be my brain now. They literally look different. The neurological connections, the neurological circuitry of these two brains will be different. There's a term called neuroplasticity, which means that our brain is constantly changing. It's plastic. It's not solid. It's plastic. It can move and change and be dynamic. Learning a new skill, forgetting something. These are examples of changes in the brain. When we learn something, there's a neurological network created around that skill set so that we hardwire it into our brain and into our body. Living in chronic pain, dealing with ankylosing spondylitis every day, dealing with psoriatic arthritis every day, there are psychological processes that happen that also influence the body. So the psychology of chronic pain, the psychology of chronic illness, these are the kind of things that Peter Winslow and other visionaries in the health and wellness field that I got to study from. This is their point of expertise. And I had the diets, I had medications, I had the doctors, the mental component, which affects our physiology to such a deep level at the core, was the one biggest piece of the puzzle missing from my health. And I've seen it influence other people's lives like that very quickly to reduce pain. So when someone has permanent results from something, say it's the no starch diet with AS, if they do the diet and it works for them, and they develop a change in the body and inflammation goes down out of their spine or SI joints or whatever, maybe some psoriasis leaves, if there's a permanent change in the body, if there's a permanent pain reduction in the body, there's also a psychological change that happens as well. Like I said, the brain is plastic. It is always learning, it is always growing, and it is always paying attention and influencing our central nervous system, which influences our immune system. So, the mental piece that is my expertise, that is what worked so well for me and what got me to AS freedom and what has gotten other people to AS freedom, that is what I love to study, and that is what I can offer you. And it can be profound. It can be absolutely profound. So everything I teach, everything I learned is all backed by a couple things. Number one is science. I love research. I love science. I'm quite a scientific-minded person. And so I teach science, and I teach empowering science. It's the stuff that you can apply in your life so that it makes sense in your mind, and then you apply it, and it'll help your brain change. When the brain changes, the pain changes. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. When your brain changes, your pain changes. Now, this can go both ways. It can go for better or it can go for worse. So, what Peter Winslow taught me, what other visionaries in the health and wellness field, like Dr. Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, Dr. Bruce Lipton, some of these other people that I've learned from, what they teach are the mental processes, the psychology that affects the body. And that's what I learned, and that's what I can offer you. So I've repeated that a couple times, but it's unique and it's very, very, very important, and it's what I want you to really, really begin to understand. So I have a gift for you. What I want is you to enter your email below. And when you do that, for one, I want you to learn what I learned, and I want you to stay in touch with me. I'm a resource for you. That's why I'm here, is to reach out and connect with you who are looking for answers to chronic pain, because you might not have found a lot of answers elsewhere. I have a lot of answers for you. I have a decade of inspired study and coaching and learning from some of the best in the field. And I say inspired study because in the beginning, it was inspired to get pain out of my life and out of my body. I knew it had to be possible because I was not going to live in a state of chronic pain all the time. I just wasn't going to do it. And then I got more or less pain-free and off medications and off diets. And then my mind was blowing like wide open to the possibilities for you, for the possibilities for your loved one, for the possibilities of your son or daughter or grandfather or whatever. And so there's been 10 years of inspired study that gives me a fantastic foundation to teach from and to connect from. And I can say some really cool things. One of them is that if I write down a list of some of my best friends, and I think about all the people that I know, and I have a great social network these days, I can think of probably half of my very close friends have all reduced their pain from ankylosing spondylitis by somewhere between like 60 and 90%. And they did it, some of them very, very fast. Others took longer. Everyone in their own time. But like, how amazing is that? To have a friend network that I personally know, and we have conversations like, wow, remember when we couldn't really do anything because we were in so much pain? Remember when we couldn't get out of bed? And I have a friend of mine who had AS for 26 years. And last summer, me and him, he flew from Canada to the United States, and we went on a 4-day backpacking trip together in the high mountains of Wyoming, and we got to celebrate our health. We carried heavy backpacks in blizzard and snow, and it was cold, and we caught fish and cooked them over the campfire, and we gathered firewood, and we were able to use our bodies and move, and that is AS freedom, and that is what I want for you. So I'm so glad that you're here. So, enter your email below. I will see you on the other side of that, and I have a gift for you. And the gift is another video similar to this one, and in it, I talk about the 3 most important things that I have learned through 10 years of inspired study, understanding how to reduce pain. And again, my personal experience is with psoriatic arthritis, ankylosing spondylitis, and irritable bowel syndrome. So I can relate all my teaching specifically to those. And for people that don't have those but have other pain issues, you can learn a lot from what I have to say as well. So I will see you on the other side of you entering your email below. I'm happy that you're here. I'm super grateful to be connecting with you. Please reach out to me. I know a lot. I have a lot to offer, and I do look forward to being a fantastic resource for you. So again, I do believe that your best days are yet to come. My name is Sky Denton. Thank you for being here, and I will see you very soon.